Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. It's your boy Richie, and the Knicks season is right around the corner. Today's actually the first day of training camp. Yesterday was Knicks Content Day. So in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts of what we heard from the New York Knicks yesterday in the press conferences and my overall thoughts of this Knicks roster heading into the NBA season. My apologies, there's not been a lot of Knicks content here on Knicks Media the past couple of weeks. If you guys don't know, I'm also a Jets content creator, and as you guys already know, the NFL season is in full swing. So I was very busy with that. But don't you guys worry, because I'm going to be so consistent with Knicks media content right as the season begins, which is today, because training camp opens up. Preseason is next week. Even the opener is a month from now. So there's so many things to get excited about with this New York Knicks squad, and I cannot wait to break it all down in today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got 10,000 subscribers here, so help me out on my new goal of 11K. And also, if you guys enjoyed the video, do not forget to thumbs it up and comment down below any thoughts that you guys have regarding this Knicks team heading into the season. Any predictions, any guys that you want to see get more minutes, any guys you want to see out of the rotation. There's, of course, going to be a lot of things to talk about heading into training camp for this Knicks squad. So with that being said, let's dive right into the video. So as you can see right here, you see all the Knicks in media day making their pictures. Got Obi Toppin, year number 3. Quickly, year number 3, RJ Barrett coming off his contract extension. Mitchell Robinson, year number 5, coming off a contract extension. Listen, man, I know this offseason for the Knicks was very interesting because we go out there, we sign Jalen Brunson, and then the whole Donovan Mitchell thing happens. And where they're waiting for it, it's a 2-month drag of just seeing if the Knicks are going to get this player or not. And we end up not getting Donovan Mitchell. And you guys know me, I was reporting and I was covering that entire crazy situation of the Knicks being in on Donovan Mitchell. But at the end of the day, he goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Knicks fans should not be upset about that, because we still have a very young and exciting roster to be looking forward to watch play basketball this season. I feel like the starting 5 could be really balanced with youth and veterans, and same thing with off the bench. And there's a lot of cool things to talk about. And I really feel like Jalen Brunson is going to provide such a big impact for this team this year. And I think we have a chance to do some damage. And as RJ Barrett said, quote, shock the world. So let's get right into my biggest takeaways from what we heard from the New York Knicks yesterday. So I want to talk about Jalen Brunson first. I thought this quote was really interesting. He had to say, "I am not the savior." So obviously, he is the only guy that's really being added to this roster from last year's team. And that's like a big impact, right? He's the brand new starting point guard. He got a big contract. The pressure's going to be on. But Jalen Brunson wanted to make sure that everyone understands that he's not here to be the savior. He's here to be part of the solution. And I kind of like that, because Knicks fans need to realize that he's not the savior. He's not going to come here and, light it up and just be the guy that's going to carry this team. It's going to be collective effort. It's going to be RJ Barrett making that step. It's going to be Randle going back to his old ways. It's going to be Obi Toppin and Mitchell Robinson and all these guys. It's going to be a team effort here if the Knicks really want to make some noise in the Eastern Conference. So we all understand that, and I really love what I heard from Jalen Brunson. They asked some really great questions. I feel like he's going to provide a big-time impact for this Knicks season this year and throughout his entire career for the Knicks, because he's entering year number 5. He's 25 years old. He's in the prime of his career, and I feel like this trio right here, I know that some people are clowning it because there's 3 lefties, how the spacing is going to go, but I feel like I have confidence in the coaching staff to make sure that those 3 guys, the big 3, if you want to call them that, of Randle, Barrett, and Jalen Brunson, they're going to be fun to watch. I feel like Jalen Brunson's a guy that's going to calm everything down. He plays with a sense of poise. He plays with a sense of confidence with him, and I feel like now he has an opportunity to not play under Luka Doncic's shadow, and he's going to be able to do great things for the New York Knicks. So Jalen Brunson's press conference was great. I feel like I learned a lot about him as a person, and I cannot wait to see what he looks like rocking that number 11 for the Knicks this season. Getting into Julius Randle. Julius Randle also looks like he transformed a little bit physically. Listen, man, Julius Randle is a very polarizing player amongst Knicks fans. Half Knicks fans want him gone, and they're so over him. Half Knicks fans feel like that he can turn the clock back and go back to the way he was playing basketball when he won that Most Improved Player of the Year. And the one thing I will say about Julius Randle is I feel like the addition of Jalen Brunson is going to help out Randle so much, because Randle's not going to have to worry about being the only playmaker, having the ball in his hands all the time, because I feel like Tom Thibodeau and the coaching staff threw a lot at Julius Randle, and they were expecting a lot out of him. And I love Randle as a scorer. I love his ability to put his head down and drive to the paint. He's a low post scorer. I would like to see him stretch the floor and make his jump shot a little more better this season because it went down a lot last year in terms of his mid-range jump shot and especially his jump shots from three-point land. But I do feel like Julius Randle has a really big opportunity to turn back the clock, and I really have confidence in Randle this year, not to be that guy that we once saw and be that all-star, but there's no way that he's going to be looking like the same way he did last year, in my opinion. Obviously, there's a chance there, but I'm just going into the season with positive energy. Randle said in his press conference that he learned a lot. He took a break from basketball in the offseason with his family because last offseason, he did not do that. Right after the season, he went right into the gym. He started working, and he didn't give himself a break, and he feels like the break that he gave himself cleared his head, and he has a good understanding of where he's at physically and mentally, and he's in really great shape. So I'm hoping that Julius Randle can really turn that page because if you love Julius Randle or you hate Julius Randle, the reality is he's a big X factor this season because if Randle can really understand his role on this team and play good basketball, be a good teammate, and play with a leadership, this team can do really great things because don't get it twisted. Julius Randle's a good basketball player, but the big issue that Knicks fans have with him is his energy, his leadership. He had some things where even I looked at Julius Randle and I was disappointed in him. So let's hope that he can really not disappoint us as he comes on the screen right now, entering year number 9. Getting into RJ Barrett. RJ had really interesting things to say. He said, quote, "We're going to shock the world this year." And I love that confidence from RJ Barrett. He's fresh off getting extended by the New York Knicks. He wasn't listening to the trade rumors. He was just putting his head down. He went into just silent mode, he said, and he was training. He said he worked on free throws, his shot creation, finishing at the rim in the offseason. And I feel like RJ Barrett is going to make a huge leap this season. We've seen it from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. Now he's entering year number 4. And I feel like if RJ Barrett starts off the year the way he started off last season in 2022 when the new year became, he's going to be an all-star. So obviously there's a lot of expectations from Knicks fans when it comes to RJ Barrett taking that next step. But I really feel like what RJ needs to do to take that next step is consistency, hitting his free throws, finishing at the rim, becoming a ball handler, and not feel like you have to do everything. Get your teammates involved and just play your game because RJ Barrett plays with a sense of confidence in him, and I cannot wait to see what he does in year number 4. Another thing I love that he had to say is that everybody on this team has a lot to prove because he hears everybody talking crap about the Knicks, and he also said he has a lot to prove. He has a lot of naysayers. After that contract, there's people saying he got overpaid. The Knicks gave him way too much money, so RJ hears that. RJ's ready to come out there and really prove all the doubters and naysayers wrong. So I love the confidence that RJ Barrett says that we're going to shock the world this year. We all have a lot of things to prove. He's coming into year number 4 with this Knicks, coming off a contract extension. He's here long term, so it's all up to RJ Barrett to back up his words, and I got all the confidence in the world for him to do just that. D Rose, how about Derrick Rose shedding off a lot of weight in the offseason? He said that Tom Thibodeau challenged him, saying that head coach Tom Thibodeau challenged D Rose in the offseason to get on a strict diet, lose a lot of weight, and now D Rose is back to the weight where he was a rookie with the Chicago Bulls. Now, I'm not saying D Rose is going to turn the clock back and start dunking on people because he's the same weight, but it is cool to see that D Rose is going to be lighter on his feet. He had a lot of explosiveness with the Knicks the past couple of seasons in terms of taking people off the dribble and attacking the paint, but now that D Rose has, way lighter in terms of losing weight, I cannot wait to see what he does. D Rose says that he feels the best he's ever had physically right now at this point in his career. He's at a good space mentally, and he had a lot of jokes about Tom Thibodeau sending him emails about, making sure that he's on his diet, and it's just cool to see D Rose back out there. He was shirtless in his press conference. Really funny stuff from Derrick Rose. But another really interesting thing that D Rose had to say was holding players accountable, and I feel like Derrick Rose is that perfect veteran to do just that, making sure that there's no players on this roster that gets away with anything. And I definitely feel like he was talking about Julius Randle a little bit because Randle had a big issue because when you're a leader, you have to hold yourself accountable and you got to hold the players around you accountable, and you have to be able to take constructive criticism. And that's what D Rose was trying to say, where if we're a team all throughout the season where, say, somebody's not playing good basketball, whether it's Fournier, whether it's Grimes, RJ, doesn't matter who it is, but say RJ, for example, is in a slump and he's struggling, and D Rose goes up to RJ and he's telling him what's wrong and he's giving constructive criticism, and RJ takes it and he actually implements it instead of getting upset that D Rose is holding him accountable, and that's a problem. But what I love to hear from D Rose is that this entire team needs to hold each other accountable, and that starts with Julius Randle because he is a leader on this team, and that's been an issue with him so far on his tenure with the New York Knicks. It doesn't really feel like he has a sense of accountability. He starts to point fingers instead of like understanding that he is an issue at some point. So let's hope that Randle can do that and this entire team can hold each other accountable. I love what D-Rose had to say there. And then outside of that, man, we heard a lot of great things from Mitchell Robinson, of course, and all the other young guys. You know, content day is always a great time. Entering training camp, I feel like the starting five is going to be really interesting to see how things play out. I would love to see Quentin Grimes be that starter next to Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett and Randle and Robinson. Who's going to be part of the rotation? Who's going to be out of the rotation? Cam Reddish, he's wearing number 0 this year. Is he going to be part of the rotation? I don't know. I sure hope so because Cam Reddish is too talented to not be part of this rotation. I'm excited to see year 2 of Grimes, Sims, and Deuce McBride. I mean, listen, guys, we have a young, fun team mixed with cool veterans, and I feel like this team is going to be really fun to watch all season long. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of your thoughts heading into the season, any expectations, any predictions heading into training camp. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Feels so great to be back making some Knicks content right before the season begins. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be making so much Knicks news here on Knicks Media, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Comment down below a Statue of Liberty emoji if you stayed until the end of the video. That does it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let's go Knicks! Peace out.